Welcome back to WICR to Sideline Talk. I'm here with Kevin Walsh. We're going to talk some NFL now. What do you have to say? Tonight's game is Jets versus Patriots. Well, what are you thinking on that?
Man, this time I'm actually really torn. I feel like you would think, right? Jets 1-5, Pats hottest team in football over the last 2 weeks. It should be a no-brainer. Jets always play them tough. I feel like the Jets are due for a win, and it's really tough to say. I think the Pats are going to win. They're at home, too hot to lose. I just don't know if the Pats are going to blow them out of the water, or if somehow the Jets are going to keep it close. So my prediction is a Pats victory. But if you were to say what type of game are you going to, I couldn't really give you a good prediction.
Yeah,
It's
hard because it hurts me to say this, but you can't really expect the Jets to win this game. You can't.
No, you can't.
Absolutely
not.
Believe it or not, they were in position to tie the game last week versus Denver, but they don't have a quarterback. A pick six at the final drive of the game.
Same thing. They play. Okay, let's look at this. Week 1, beat the Raiders as they should. Week 2, 24 points up on the Packers. They should have won that game. Week 3, they play the Bears. Geno Smith has 3 or 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
So if they can calm that down, that's actually a really good game then. Next week they play the Chargers. Arguably at that point hottest team in football. They get shut out, and reasonably so. The Chargers were on fire.
Chargers and Phil Rivers MVP.
Before that, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay. Pick 6 makes it a 2-touchdown game. Realistically, they would have only lost by 7 to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Now they're playing the Pats, the hottest team in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not getting.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that they'll give them a game. It's not gonna be a blowout. I'll say because they always give the Pats a hard fought game, but there's no way the Jets are gonna win this game. I'll say 31-17.
Do you want me to give a score?
Sure.
Damn. I was trying to avoid this. You know what? I'm gonna. Dude, honestly, oh man.
All right, we'll have a rain check on that one.
I really can't even give you a score. I really couldn't do it.
All right, well, I just want to check this out. I want a bus team from you to start the season. A team that's disappointing.
Okay, see, you have a lot of these teams Oakland 0-5. Jaguars are not going to win a game all season. But to me, the real disappointment is a 500 team, because this is a team that is notorious for winning. And they can't beat the worst teams in the league, and it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's atrocious. At home.
They've been disappointing.
They have a close game with Jacksonville. That's a disgrace. And they just lost 31-10 to the Browns. That's a disgrace.
The Browns have looked better, though.
31-10.
I just feel
at home. Oh no, there, but still 31-10. 31-10. J.J. Watt might catch 2 touchdowns this week against the Steelers.
Wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. I just feel bad for Mike Tomlin. I mean, he's a solid coach, and then the players are just not showing up. And then there's been talk of do they need to fire him? And I would tell the Jets to go run and hire him if he got fired.
Tomlin,
he's a great coach.
Ryan could be on his way out if this keeps up.
Oh yeah,
right?
he could be very on his way out. He even said it himself. They're gonna fire me if we don't turn this around, and he is gonna get fired. Which is it kind of makes me sad too, because he's a great defensive coach and he's never had a quarterback to.
Well, they say Rex Ryan kind of ruins offensive talents, and in a way, what I think they need. Who's their offensive coordinator?
Marty Morningweg.
Okay, what I think they need an offensive coordinator who has extreme head coach experience, kind of like
Norv Turner.
Yeah, or I think Kubiak. He was the coach of the Texans, and now he's an offensive coordinator for a team. I can't. I'm gonna have to try and pull it up, but that's a guy who kind of is known as he's the coordinator of the Ravens now. After getting let go by the Texans because of that big shabacle last year.
Yeah.
So I think the reason, and you saw what the Ravens just did, 4 touchdowns Flacco threw in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I think if Rex Ryan had a coach, and on the offensive side, that he could just say, hey, listen, this is all you. I'll make a decision about going for it on 4th down, or something like that, where it's a huge decision, but play calling, like coaching these guys up. That's all you, and let me handle this defense.
Yeah, he has to give the offensive coordinator that power. We don't know if he's.
Well, I mean, I don't know. This guy Marty. Marty was the one who called that timeout
Yeah.
that brought back. Okay, I wouldn't give that guy any.
They were saying on that he was trying to get Rex's attention on the headset, and Rex was switched to defense, and they were on offense. Like, you know, the head coach, he's supposed to be on he was saying he was preparing for his the next defensive drive, but you gotta have full attention to offense when you're on offense.
But that's the thing. That's the kind of guy that Rex Ryan is, and the thing is, Rex Ryan would like to have confidence in the head coach on the offensive coordinator, but I don't think he necessarily does. That's why I think if they had got themselves someone like you mentioned, Norv Turner, a coach who is very famous for what he does on the offensive side of the ball, and that would kind of, you know, allow Rex Ryan to take it easy. In a way, I almost would suggest if this continues, take a look into drafting either Jameis or Marcus Mariota, or take Amari Cooper. Do one of those, or even Todd Gurley. Get yourself a stud offensively.
Yeah.
Bring in an offensive coordinator with the credentials to be a head coach, and let that happen one more time.
Yeah. All right, my
Bust
team is the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
I know you may not think, they're 3-2. That's not really like a bust, but for them, they were expected to go run through their whole schedule.
Of course.
Everyone said that they were just better than everybody else, and they were going back to the Super Bowl. And this past week, Dallas Cowboys straight up beat them.
The Cowboys have looked outstanding, and the Seahawks have looked mediocre. That secondary, the Legion of Boom, is not good.
Richard Sherman too. The Cowboys were not afraid to go at him.
Why should you be?
You saw that first game. Philip Rivers didn't go near him.
And no, what happened was I think it was Rivers attacked him.
No, Rivers attacked him. The first game.
Rodgers didn't throw at him once.
Rodgers was
lost.
Every time that he was on like one side of the field, he didn't even look there. And
why?
That's just giving too much respect. He's good, but he's not that good.
He's not better than Darrelle Revis.
Des Bryant said he's a great cornerback, but he should still go at him. You shouldn't be afraid to go at him.
You can't let someone mentally guard you. Like, they have to show you that you can't get the ball thrown that way.
Yeah, and Russell Wilson has impressed me on offense. You know, I'm not ready to say he's one of the top tier quarterbacks because I'm still calling him a game manager. He's still a game manager to my eyes. He's very good at not making the mistake. And last week he made the mistake. He threw the pick at the end of the game.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I don't know. Russell Wilson normally does get that job done, so it was a bit weird to see.
And I think
everyone though says, sorry, I cut you off though. Everyone says Russell Wilson is only as good as his defense is.
Yeah, and I say he's only as good as his run game. When Marshawn Lynch is running the ball, pounding the ball good,
he's not giving it to beast mode enough.
I agree. They need to pound the ball with beast mode.
They're gonna have to make a change kind of similar. All right, the Broncos could have easily destroyed the Seahawks.
Yeah.
They tried to run the ball. That doesn't even make sense to me. Especially the year that Peyton's coming off of.
Exactly.
So, and I think the Seahawks are about to say, we have a team with an elite running back and a very, very mobile quarterback. Let's make them stop the run, do play action, and throw a bomb to Percy Harvin and let Percy Harvin make a play. Even Percy Harvin actually could be a starting running back on a lot of NFL teams.
Definitely. They use him in a variety of ways, and he's a killer. Like, 1 week when they were on Monday Night Football, he scored 3 touchdowns that were called back. Like he did it in 3 different ways. He ran, he caught. Like, he's a great player, and they use him exactly how he's supposed to be used.
Yeah.
All right, I want a surprise team now.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I think the Philadelphia Eagles are a surprise team.
Yeah.
I love my Eagles, but this is the thing. They looked like they're just going to be able to get the job done. You started off, right? They played Jacksonville. They were losing 17-0.
Yeah, that was
I honestly, I was ready to cry my eyes out. They put up 34 and answered. Okay, so they get the job done. Then they go and play the Colts. They had a huge comeback. They were questionable calls at the end of the game, but they got the job done. In Andrew Luck's home. They have a shootout with the Redskins, but guess what? They got the job done.
Yeah.
They go to San Fran. Their 1 loss on the year. Lose by 5 and didn't score an offensive touchdown. So realistically, the Eagles are looked as one of the better offensive teams in the league. So if they don't have that offensive horror show, they could have possibly blown out the 49ers.
Yeah, but
You take it to St. Louis, they had
Nick-
big plays. They again, blow lead, and then what they just did against the Giants, that 27-0 shutout. If that's the way the Eagles are going to be looking,
Nick Foles, in my eyes, like last year, no one could expect him to have the year he did last year, but he's been solid for them. And
I'm just happy he's been solid, because to expect Nick Foles to do what he did last year, 17 touchdowns,
No,
2
it's
interceptions,
absurd.
that's unrealistic. But for what he's doing right now, he's thrown 10 touchdowns, and I'm happy with Foles. Our offense has been doing really good. I'm very, very happy.
Yeah. One thing, LaShawn McCoy hasn't really been as good as he was expected
That
to be.
actually makes me happy.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we were 4-1 without McCoy having a good game. He took he last week, I think, had a total of 149 yards. Yeah, he rushed for 149 yards. Okay. Now, so his first good game, and what do we do? LaShawn McCoy's first good game, we win 27-0. You know what I'm saying?
But that's just how good they can be if they're all clicking at all cylinders.
That's yeah, and that's something that makes me extremely excited for the potential of what we can do here. Coming up on a bye week, and then you have to go to Arizona, to the Texans, invite Cam Newton to the house, go to Green Bay. So coming off this bye, four straight weeks of solid competition. If the Eagles can go 3-1, that's great. That's really good.
That's awesome.
Because
it would set up for a good matchup for my surprise, which is not really a surprise, but it's a surprise, but the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, they're a surprise.
Yeah, I'm saying that. I'm saying I picked them. It's not much a surprise, but it's incredible. It's just incredible what they've done. 5-1. The teams that they've beaten, they just beat the Saints. They beat the Seahawks.
The Saints look terrible. Not to discredit them, but the Saints look terrible.
Yeah, terrible. But they were expected to go to the Super Bowl, and they just look terrible.
This is my thing. The Cowboys, we're supposed to have the worst offense in the history of football. I mean, defense. Defense. That hasn't looked true at all.
No.
And if I'm not mistaken, DeMarco Murray has apparently found a way to combine Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Bo Jackson all into one running back behind an offensive line that looks absolutely amazing. He has if I have the numbers right, almost, I think it's 240 yards over the next running back.
Himself. He's top 6. If you just count his yards as a team.
If he doesn't play the next 3 weeks, he still would lead the league in rushing.
That's MVP right there.
He's the MVP right now.
He's definitely the MVP.
You want to know who my second MVP is?
Who?
J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt.
If they had the same record as the Cowboys, I would say he's first. But the fact that they've lost 2, I think he is.
He's been remarkable. I'm just not happy that the first time the Eagles and the Cowboys play is Week 13.
But this is my thing, right? Okay, the schedules are right here. What they do is, the Cowboys are home, okay, and then the Cowboys go to Chicago, and the Eagles invite the Seahawks. So they play each other, and then they both have really tough matchups, and then they play each other again. So that 3-week stretch for both teams is going to be so crucial.
That's good. That's gonna make or break the season.
Yes, it really will. It really will. Because the Cowboys, they finish out with the Colts and the Redskins, which are, they should absolutely beat the Redskins, but the Colts is going to be a tough one. And the Eagles finish with away games at the Redskins and the Giants. They should win both, but considering they're both division games, they could drop one of those.
Do you think the Cowboys are going to keep it up throughout the whole year? 'Cause we've all seen the Romo collapses, Do you think they're going to keep it up to fight the great play?
All right, so the thing is about this team, I really feel like it is all around the fact that DeMarco Murray is the best running back in football, and somehow that the defense hasn't been anywhere near as bad as everyone thinks. I don't know how much longevity this has. I actually think they're going to lose to the Giants this week. Less to do with them. I think the Giants are due.
After what they just did?
That's why.
Oh.
I don't think the Giants could come out and put up a performance anywhere near what just happened to Philadelphia.
That was brutal.
A division game.
And they lost Victor Cruz.
Kevin Ogletree, how you doing?
Oh, Kevin Ogletree, shout out Holy Cross.
My man, right there. That's what I like to see.
He was a free agent for a reason.
Hey, listen, Kevin Ogletree lit the Giants up one night on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, yes, he did. I think that was his only good game of his career. But
hey, listen, it's a good game.
Hey,
listen, Ogletree. Hey,
he's solid though.
He's solid with the Lions.
He's solid.
Okay, he's a talent. He's a talent. I might pick him up in fantasy because I respect that man. But I think they actually might lose to the Giants. But then
I think it's gonna be a good game. You know, these two teams, they always have good matchups back and forth. But I think the Cowboys are gonna pull it out. I don't think Romo's gonna have a bad interception like he always does, but I think Eli's gonna have 2 picks and he's gonna lose in the game.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Romo is the king of blowing Week 7.
Hey, he hasn't done it. He hasn't done anything to blow any games yet. So
yes, he did. They should be undefeated if Romo played good against the 49ers.
Yeah.
He threw 3 picks in that one game.
Yeah, but he brought them back. They were getting killed.
Yeah, because of him.
But he still brought them back.
I don't give him any credit. They only lost.
You have to give credit for the comeback.
No, I don't. They lost by 11. He threw 3 picks. His fault.
Come on. The defense didn't
loaded a ball to Patrick Willis in the end zone. If they would have had a touchdown right there. Look.
I disagree. No.
It wasn't. Whose fault was it?
No.
Whose fault was it?
That play may have been his fault, but he still deserves credit for the comeback.
What comeback?
Yeah,
he lost by 11.
Yeah, he almost came.
No, he didn't. They weren't in. It wasn't a 1-possession game. They put up 7 points in the 4th quarter. That's not a comeback.
And that's because they couldn't run the ball. The whole second half they couldn't run the ball.
DeMarco Murray still put up 118
yards.
Yeah,
he still put up. He still did that. And they didn't run the ball as much as they've been. And what scares me is Joseph Randle, like the backup running back for the Cowboys. You know, I think we all know
what an amazing human being.
Like, what are you doing?
What a great guy. What a great guy.
What are you doing?
Way to really think that one out.
Like, how much money are you making? And
$495,000 a year.
And he has to go steal.
Guess what he did? Got fined $30,000 for what he did.
$85, whatever it was cost. Just think with your head, man.
Yep.
Like, what is going through your mind?
He didn't think at all.
And he's been solid as backup for the Cowboys, and now he's gonna hurt the team.
Yep.
Just brutal.
Did you want to get a little bit into maybe some of the games of this coming week?
Yeah. My big game is maybe the Sunday night game with Denver versus 49ers.
Let's get into that. I have I have a bold prediction for you. Ready?
Okay.
Denver will not lose one more game this season.
All right. I don't know what their schedule is, but that is.
I don't think it matters.
Really?
They have to play the Chargers twice. I think they beat them both times.
Wow.
Chiefs
you don't think the Chargers pull out one game at least?
Nope.
The Chargers have looked great.
Oh, Chargers, right?
Mm-hmm.
They played the Cardinals and the Seahawks.
The Cardinals have been awesome.
They lost to the Cardinals because they blew a lead.
Mm-hmm.
They played the Seahawks. Great job. Played Jacksonville. Played the Jets. I think they played one other bad team.
Philip Rivers is great too.
And they played the Raiders. They look great.
But you think it's gonna be another?
I want them to get into the beef of the schedule where they're playing week in and week out studs. I'm not taking anything away from the Chargers, but I think they're gonna lose both of those games. Listen, do you look at their schedule? Okay, the Broncos' only problem is they have to go to New England.
Yeah, I still think they're gonna come out with that win.
So why? Because I don't think they're gonna lose another one.
It would be great if they lose another game going into the playoffs. You think everyone's gonna be calling for another Super Bowl?
Oh, I think they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
They're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Oh, that's a bold prediction. That is a hold on to those words.
I won't take it back either.
Okay.
Now here's the thing, right? He's going for the record.
Yeah. You think he gets it?
This is how much faith I have in Peyton Manning. I asked this question. Not will he get it. Will he get it within the first half, or does he need both halves?
All right. What do you say? Is he getting the first
half?
First half?
First half, he'll have a career 509 touchdowns.
Oh yeah. I'll agree with that.
I'm
surprised.
The best thing that has ever happened to the Denver Broncos was losing to the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, because that fueled them even more. Because
They lost because they thought it was a good idea to run the ball. Do you know how they got it to overtime because Peyton said, "Guess what? I'm the best,"
and said, "Let me throw the ball."
and threw all over them. He could have been doing that the whole game. It would have been so simple.
I think they didn't want to happen. What happened in the Super Bowl? Like they threw the ball in the Super Bowl unsuccessfully, and they didn't want another.
Yeah, well, eventually you have to realize what's going wrong. Guess
Yes.
what? Now Peyton's out there and he's tossing that thing around, and there's no one in the league that.
Do you think he's
going
gonna come back and win the MVP?
I mean, at this rate, there's really no possible way that anyone could take the MVP from DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, but he's gotta maintain this throughout the whole season. It's he's been taking a lot of carries, so it's gonna be kind of hard to.
I mean, DeMarco Murray, realistically, all right, this is my thing, right? DeMarco Murray can take the next 3 weeks off, and he will lead the league in rushing.
Right. And
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't want him to get hurt. He's had a lot of injury history,
Oh, of
and
course.
I'm
No,
just,
you don't
I
ever want
really
him.
don't want him to get hurt.
I'm just saying, in 2 weeks' time, he could have 1,000 yards.
And he's on pace to break the all-time record.
I mean, yeah, he's doing it.
I would love to see that, man. I really would.
I mean, right now, like, I'm not gonna say who's gonna win the MVP for the season. Like, I don't know. I can't say that.
I will stay here right now and say the Cowboys will win the division.
No,
I'm ready to say that.
Eagles are gonna win the division.
All right, we'll see. All right, that is all we have for today on WSCR. I'm David Giacomino, Kevin Walsh. This has been Sideline Talk. We'll see you next week.